Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Catering Circle Restaurant Talent Show 2024. This is, of course, the final show of Season 8 and we are still in search of our winners for the gala that's going to be taking place next year. We have 5 people participating today and one of the restaurateurs will be given a ticket to the gala dinner in the business conference next year. But none of this would have been possible without our panel judges and our special judges that have taken part for the last few episodes in Season 8. And actually, I just want to thank them for their time as they come here, on a voluntary basis and give you advice and help us create the next generation of restaurateurs. So on that note, let me introduce you to our panel judges. First up, I have none other than Mr. MD Abdul Haque, who I don't think needs much introduction, to be honest, because we've done these introductions with you for the last, God knows how many episodes, 10 episodes, right, on Season 8. Now, why don't you tell me how you feeling? This is your baby. Catering Circle is your baby. And we've come to the final episode now, and we're in search for the last winner today. How are you feeling?
I think every season is completely different, and we got so many amazing participants, successful restaurants taking part. And every time I meet people, they've excelled their limit. And this is our final program. We got 9 winners on a live show, on a live program. Finding the winners is the best thing you can get on the day. So, very excited to see what's happening today.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much. And next up, I have with us a face that is also very known. And actually, I'm quite excited because we've got a few celebrities in the house today. And I have Foysol Choudhury MBE, MSP, member of Scottish Parliament. And of course, you're a prominent community activist and you are an absolute, you're so successful in the business sector and we've been following your work, we've been following you. You're just constantly giving back to the community and doing such great work. How does it feel to be here?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. It feels great to be here. I feel like I'm part of this family. Even though I'm involved in politics, but I've started my life in catering industry, and I always had a very high respect for the work Catering Circle do. So whenever I get a phone call, I always try my level best to make sure that I come here and show my support. I'm really excited today because there is few of the contestants are from Scotland, and I'm really looking forward to see who the winner is. And of course, catering industry make a big contribution to British economy, and I'm really looking forward to see who goes to the final.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Last but not least, somebody who I think is a social media star as well. With everything else that he does. A chartered accountant, you run several businesses, you are an absolute, you are success when we look at you, and you are such a pride in our community. You're a pillar of the community, actually, really leading the way for us, leading the path for many youngsters. So it's great to have you. We've got Dr. Sanawar Choudhury here with us. How does it feel to be here?
Thrilled to be here. The restaurant industry is the bedrock of our community. And I think so many successful people that you see now was as a result of that curry industry that we all cherish. So it's really exciting to be here, especially financial planning, one of the more important topics that I enjoy, that I think is really important and crucial to every business. So looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And you know what? We have the perfect panel judges and special judges here with us today, because today it's all about financial planning. And even if you have not been a restaurateur taking part in the talent show, live during the season in the last 9 episodes, it doesn't matter. As long as you're at home, you have a business and you just need some advice, that's exactly what we're here for. So today, it's all about financial planning. Let's take a look.
Episode 10, Financial Planning. Mastering financial analysis and planning for sustainable business growth. Successful restaurant business begins with a solid financial plan. From the initial costs of setting up, like securing a lease, fitting out the kitchen, and recruiting staff, to those hidden expenses that often catch new restaurateurs off guard, every penny must be accounted for.
But it doesn't stop there. To thrive in today's market, you need a business plan that covers not only your startup costs, but also long-term budgeting with a contingency plan. This includes forecasting your revenue, controlling your operating expenses, tax planning, and creating a strategy that blends unique selling points with realistic financial goals.
Critical aspect of this is menu engineering. Choosing the right balance of dishes can mean the difference between profit and loss. By regularly assessing food costs, popularity, and ease of preparation, you can ensure your menu is both cost-effective and enticing to customers.
Inventory management is equally vital. Weekly inventory checks allow you to track waste and better manage cash flow. Staying on top of your stock not only saves money, but also helps you maintain consistency in your kitchen.
Cost management is key to increasing profit margins, whether it's through smarter purchasing, reducing payroll costs, or raising staff awareness. Keeping costs low while delivering quality is the ultimate goal. Small changes, like slightly adjusting portion sizes or offering high-margin products, can have a big impact.
Technology is your friend. Tools like EPOS systems, HR systems, CRM allow you to monitor sales, control staff hours, and track performance, all in real time. This gives you the insights you need to make informed decisions and improve profitability.
Financial success in the restaurant business doesn't happen overnight. It requires careful planning, regular reviews, and a commitment to making data-driven decisions. With the right strategies in place, you can reduce costs, maximize profits, and ensure the long-term success of your restaurant.
It's all about financial planning right here on the talent show today. And of course, it would not be possible without our wonderful special judges. So let me introduce you to our special judges. First up, we have Jan Knights, the Managing Director at Squaremile Insurance Services. And you've got years of experience with the Asian catering industry. Thank you for coming here. What would you like to say to our restaurateurs today?
Insurance as well. So obviously that's one of the first things. You'd be surprised how many businesses actually operate without it. And if something happens, you're completely stuffed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And we've also got Jamal Khan, Senior Tax Partner at Churchill Tax Advisors. Thank you for coming. What would you like to say to our restaurateurs today?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I've been on this show a couple of times now, and I've enjoyed it every time. I'm looking forward to speaking to the finalists and to see what they've done. I specialise in financial planning and tax. And that's
no pressure there, guys. No pressure at all.
That's what
Don't
I
worry
do.
about it.
The tax side is something that's often overlooked. We deal with a number of cases. In fact, I dealt with a case, I had a hearing today, and it was about tax not being paid by a restaurant owner. So this is what I do, and I want to focus today and want to stress on how important it is for the restaurant community.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And we also have Mohibur Rahman, entrepreneur, businessman, CEO and founder of Switch Power and Gas. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me here. I've been on the show before, and it's a great platform for restaurateurs, especially businesses. So I'm looking forward to seeing your business plans. No pressure either. I've got a background in banking and finance, so we'll be looking at your plans and hopefully speaking to the winners.
I mean, you're a senior marketing director as well, so you know they're going to really have to bring on their A game, aren't they, today? Sure, thank you so much. Mohammed Siddiqur Rahman also with us. You're a lifetime member of the Catering Circle, UK BCCI regional president and director, and you've got many businesses in the catering industry and property market. What advice would you like to give to them today?
Thank you very much for having me here today as a special judge. In the catering business is very important part for the financial planning from starting to for cost of opening a restaurant. So I'm looking forward to see all the participants how they say everything, and we will see that today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to actually speak to our mentors as well. So let's go to Sabbir Karim first. And, you're a celebrity chef, Best Asian and Oriental Chef of the Year 2012 and 2013. Successful businessman. You've won many awards, and you're just a walking, talking success as well. And it's great for you to be a mentor to our mentees today. How was it giving them,
It's great to be here again. Thank you for having me here. I was at the opening and now the closing show as well. Thank you for having me here. They are very talented and they know what they're talking about, figures and facts. And we've got we've got an accountant, we've got a tax advisors, we've got an insurance advisor.
I'm scared to
and
be here today, I'll be honest. I am totally scared to be here. I think I need to go home.
Any business person needs, the important thing is to have their advice, and that's important as well.
Yeah,
Nice to be
absolutely.
here.
Thank you so much. And we also have Nurul Hassan Kadir, who's the winner of Catering Circle Restaurant Talent Show Awards and owner of Mogul in Kent. And, you're also very successful in the catering sector.
Thank you very much for having me. I am really excited and looking forward to the key component in running a business, financial planning. Is either make or break. So I'll leave it there. I'm looking forward to all the contestants.
Well, so am I. I'm not going to lie. Let's take a look at our raging, amazing, successful restaurateurs that are taking part in the final show today. There you have it. So without any further ado, we're going to talk all about financial planning, and we're going to find out about their successful stories in that sector. So let's go to round one. So first up, we're going to have from Taj Street Kitchen. We've got Amin Saeed. Are you ready?
Well, you made it quite hard for us.
Well, let me quickly explain again to you. I'm sure you know how it works, but in the first round, you have 2 minutes. So you've got 120 seconds to tell us about your successful stories around financial planning.
Sure.
So, really go in, literally tell us everything that you do, take into account everything that our special judges and our panel judges have said. No, you can't have 4 minutes. I'm very sorry. You've got 120 seconds and you're going to do it in that, so don't worry. But I do want to remind everyone at home that there will be a chance for everyone to ask questions at some point. So take your time, take a deep breath, and you've got this, all right?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold, so if I just faint, just don't worry.
That's fine.
It's very
I've got
normal.
first aid training. I'll save you, don't worry. All right. There we are. Okay, ready?
Okay, great.
Your time starts now.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Amin Saeed. I'm from Taj Street Kitchen, which opened 6 months ago. And our success story is we've, in 6 months, managed to get over 150 5-star Google reviews. We've number 1 on TripAdvisor. And that's only been possible through planning ahead financially. We're able to manage the startup costs firstly through acquiring a great location which has high visibility, high footfall and ample parking. The business is leasehold, so it's like a long-term tenancy with the fixture and fittings, and lucky for me, the owner was a bit desperate to sell the business, so I was able to get it at a very competitive price, which kept the startup costs low. The other thing was I was successful enough to get financial aid through friends and family and with my savings as well. And this gave me a great repayment flexibility so I could focus building the business from day one. The legal structure is a limited company, so it provides personal liability protection for me. And the other great thing is it gives my business better tax planning options, and with obviously the help of a very, very good chartered accountant, if they're anywhere. And the other thing is with a little company, it gives the business a professional image as well. And we have a very healthy working relationship with our suppliers. There's 5 businesses we've collaborated together, so we've got some buying power, so we can get spices, other products at a better price compared to the market price. My biggest financial lesson has been having like a 3-month cash reserve as a business. Sometimes we have we don't account for things like unexpected costs and things. So so having that is helping me not put my business at risk. The other thing is We have carefully forecasted a budget, so our operating costs is like 80% gross profit margin. And
Finish.
so, yeah. So basically how that works is like, for example, if I'm doing 10K business a week, then I know 2K is my food cost. So if my chef, like they always do, spends 3K in 2 weeks, then what happens is I know for a fact that I've got £1,000 less to spend in the month. So that helps us to basically make sure that we don't overspend in the month.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. That was a very
Thank
long
you very
sentence.
much. I'm
Lots
so
of
nervous. My
commas.
legs are shaking.
Thank you so much. I really
you, guys.
appreciate it.
Thank you
well
so
done.
much. Thank
Okay,
you.
next up from Glasgow, we have Altaf Hussain from Kinara. And again, same thing to you. You have 120 seconds. Please share your story with us. You ready?
Yeah, I
Excellent.
think.
All
yeah.
about your financial success.
Right. Thank you very much for having me here. I'm representing Kinara. This is not my first business. This is my third business. So I'll talk about the new one, the Kinara I'm representing. So we have done a proper financial planning before we started Kinara. First of all, with the business is a leasehold. So we started negotiating with the landlord. The landlord happens to be local council. So we've got 1 year rent-free in a prime location of Glasgow, central of Glasgow, which gives us a good option to start the business. So 1 year we don't need to think about rent, which saves us a lot of money, which we negotiated with the council, and then they agreed. Good start. And then we've done good business planning and analysis. I done the market research and the expectation of sales and revenues. And we are keeping up with it. At the moment, we're doing very well. Out of 3,000 dining in restaurant in Glasgow, Kinara ranks number 1 within 6 months. That speaks volume. And that wouldn't be possible without proper financial planning. So we had done our initial setup cost. We have also reduces to get the the equipment on lease, or some of them we bought where we thought it'll be better for us. We bought in a cash, and then we also had financial options. Like my other business financed my new business, so we didn't took any business loan or anything. We're not under pressure to pay back, and the legal structure of the business is a limited company. Again, it gives us lots of flexibility, and also because I have other partners, so it's better, and it went through the legal way of doing the limited. We thought it's better to have a limited company that keeps us safe in some certain aspect of the business if anything goes wrong.
Oh, you got 3 seconds. Sorry,
All right,
apologies.
okay.
But I'll let you finish because
yeah.
you did actually start a bit later. So I'll give you another 30 seconds.
Thank you for that. And again, as my previous speaker said, we always have to have the rainy day fund, reserves fund that could run the business anytime. If we struggle, anything goes wrong, we can survive. We can go through that period.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Well done. Okay, from Sherness, Kent, I've got Sofia Zaman, Mr. India. Lovely to see you back. How are you doing?
Hey,
are you ready?
Are you doing okay? You alright?
Feeling better?
Much better this time.
Right, you got this. It's all about financial planning this time.
Bit scared
so
now.
share
Taxman
your
might be
story with us.
watching me, but it's alright.
You'll be fine.
I've got to be careful what I say.
and it's on TV. So
yeah, live on
please.
TV. Okay.
You've got 120 seconds. Your time starts now.
Right. Hello everyone. How you doing? Hope you're well. So basically, success story of mine was my father opened the restaurant. Quick, if I don't tell you the backstory of it, you won't understand the whole concept of how I've got here. It just looks, it don't make sense. So my father opened the restaurant in 1997. Unfortunately, passed away in 2006. And the manager ran it for 3 years. 2009, I took over when I was 18. Struggling, the business collapsed. Obviously, I didn't have a clue. Long story, come forward. We had a local builder who used to dine in and eat, and he used to love the restaurant. And he saw the situation of our restaurant. It was collapsing, it was declining. And at the time, obviously, financially, I wasn't strong. There were so many other things going on behind the scenes of the families and whatnot. And the builder himself, his name's Keith French, he actually offered me to do the refurb of the restaurant on a monthly basis to pay him back in slow payments, installments. And this really helped because after we'd done the decoration and with the help of the refurbishment and the decoration and the modernization of it, it gave a good look, made it look $1 million, and it caught attention and attracted a lot of locals again. and it just, I think, as it was dying, it made it alive again. And then we were successful in the sense of we was busy, customers coming in. We kept obviously the modern menu. The menu concept was a bit changed as well. I had a bit more confidence at the time because I felt good. I walked into the restaurant, it looked good. I felt like I wanted to work. In general, it was a boost. And after that, what we did was, so business was successful. It was good. 2015, we bought the building next door to us. Was fortunate enough, it was on sale at the time. We bought it, and what was it? What did we do? Yeah, we bought it. We extended the restaurant on one part of the building.
I'm actually going to let you carry on because I know it's really dear to you to share your late father's story. So I'm going to give you. I'm going to say to my producer, sorry, I'm going to let you finish for a minute. But can you talk about your financial success? Because I think you've not touched on that.
So financially, what we did. So literally getting to it now. The lease. So the building we bought. What we did was we took half of the property for the restaurant, and the other half we released to a dental practice. Straight 15 years. Covered our costs in the sense of it made us financially firm. So we had no problems. The business itself, what we had was freehold by then, and the property that we have now is freehold in that time. So this is 2015, and then there's another part of the area we leased in the same premises into a shisha bar. But yeah, sorry.
Brilliant. Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Right, next up, our next participant, our restaurateur that's taking part is from The Spice in Surrey, Sultan Pervez. Thank you for coming. Walaikum salam.
I'm here from The Spice in Virginia Water in Surrey. We are a limited company. My initial investment came from selling off my partnership from another business, where I was partner with my uncles back in 2009 and 10. So I opened up this business in 2011. So when we bought this, was a small takeaway. Now we gradually we increased from a takeaway to a restaurant. So to do that, I always had a short, mid and long-term planning. To do that, we always has to analyze the financial figures and work towards to achieve the targets. So it's like a normal outgoings that we normally do, like wages, supplier, rent and rates. Apart from there's a lot of other costs like you said, insurance, taxes, licensing fees, third-party maintaining cost. There's a many costs that we have to plan when we do our planning, financial planning, and also there are unknown costs that we have. Sometimes could be rainy day costs. Like I always try to keep at least 10% of my profit on a side for those costs to cover. And also I think I always target for waste budget as well, that to maintain that if I have any waste to cover as well. So another thing that over the years that I've seen that managing cash flow, over the years since 2011 to now, we had to go through a lot of business loans, a lot of grants to go through to stand by the COVID situation and things like that. But fortunately, we're lucky enough to stay open still, and hopefully we will carry on our good work that we are doing. And to increase the revenue, we have taken some innovative steps like using the EPOS system to generate sales, to analyze the data that for customers, for us to analyze the data in a shorter period. So we use a lot of these tools as well. So
I'm going to let you finish because it's only fair. I gave everyone a bit of time. Please finish.
Thank you so much. But most importantly, I would say I'm sure I've done many mistakes over the years. The most importantly, I've learned from them. And what I believe that if I believe in myself and believe in product, I think anyone can do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, last but not least, from the Lychee and Belfoy, from West Wales, Ahmed Hussain. We've got a mix of restaurateurs, don't we, today?
Okay.
From different parts. This is amazing.
Yes, from another country. From Dragon country.
Please don't speak in Welsh because I won't understand anything.
I don't know. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and good evening. I'm delighted to be here. First time. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know how to say and what to say. So please Shall I start?
Yes,
or-
start. Your time
Okay.
started, but I'll give you an extra 10 seconds.
Thank you.
Yes, go
So I started my business in St. Clair's, place called in Kamadanshire, and in 2010. And it's nearly 15 years. So now I open another one in next town, 10 miles away, a bigger town, county town is Kamadan. Of Kamadanshire, West Wales. So it's called Belfoy and it's quite big, like 200 capacity restaurant. So when I started LIG with 40 seat, then I increased to 70 seat. And obviously I done good. That's why I increased tables and then I expanded business and I opened another one, bigger one. And both restaurants are doing very busy. And financial topic today. So I'm different. Some people think cut staff, cut menu. I'm opposite. I always try to feed, like I'm from Bangladesh, and we are so openly with our guests who comes to our house. We try to give them full of table of food. So same thing I do in my restaurant. Big menu, big dishes, lots of choice, big portions, but good quality. Good quality, and that's why I get more trade and I get more profit. So I don't buy cheap vegetables. I always look for finest potato. So my Bombay aloo would be better than other restaurants. So I can sell it high price and I can make more profit.
You've got the extra 10 seconds. Please finish anything else.
So that's how I do. And I always bargain with card machine or other medias. And I take advantage of social media and also like Facebook and things, WhatsApp. And I try to myself put into the community. I, instead of paying extra to distributing menu door to door, I go to village and I sponsor them locally and I get big groups and they think I'm part of their community and they do all the event in my place and that's how I'm always busy. So, excellent. And I get my profit and financial way, I'm getting better and better.
Brilliant. I'm going to stop you there now. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. There you have it. That was our 5 restaurateurs taking part in today's final episode of season 8's talent show. Searching for our talent is really, really difficult because everyone is super talented. Everyone is very successful. And sometimes they get stage fright, to be honest. I mean, I'm going to speak to our panel judges, Dr. Sanawar Choudhury. Let me come to you first. Do you feel that they missed out on a few points that they could have really gone in hard on?
This is my forte. I enjoy finance. This is the area that I've always been in. I think the way that, again, I'm going to just mention a few names. The way that Dulal started was the ideal way that every businessman should start. Because you've got to look at costs, you've got to look at setup, you've got to look at revenue generation. So all those 3 things are very important. And if you can almost visualize that every pound I sell, 25 pence is going to be this, 30 pence is going to be that, then you already know where you are as the day progresses. So I think that was a brilliant start, and I think the other contestants perhaps could take something on from that because we work hard to run a business. We employ staff, we put the hours in, but we don't take that care in terms of knowing how things cost. Absolutely. Because if we can maximize revenue and minimize cost, that's the best way of becoming successful. I think one of the things that I love about Saif Zaman, so passionate, he's really into it. But he's almost become successful from doing things as opposed to planning things. So, he's looked at opportunities and things have worked out for him. But again, he could have gone the other way. So planning and looking into the future, that's what planning allows you to do, is so important.
Absolutely. What tips, Foysol Choudhury, would you give to our restaurateurs that are here today? In fact, not just the ones that are here today, because we have thousands watching this show. You know, they watch this show, they love this show. They're probably watching it in their restaurant right now or at home. What advice would you give to them, just taking what Sanawar Choudhury just said about the fact that things need to be planned? You know, you can't just do things off the whim. How did you plan all your successful businesses? What tip would you give them?
Do you know, I mean, I just don't want to repeat what Mr. Choudhury just said, but I was quite impressed with the 5 presentations we've heard. I was quite impressed with one actually, because that tells us a story of Bangladeshi business people where he started the business from his father and he's trying to keep the legacy going. But one thing I've always said to Bangladeshi colleagues is that we always want to keep going, but without investing more money or without putting money on the side for social media. I mean, if I just want to share one small story. Years ago, when I was involved in restaurants, I used to tell my colleagues, if you get a dishwasher, you can save time, you can save money. Same time, if you get an EPOS system, you can do the same thing. You won't be losing, because while you're busy, you're taking orders. By the time you go to the kitchen and come out, you are forgetting to add those drinks. So it's all about investment. It's all about planning. I mean, it goes same for us. When we're in Parliament, we have to do a speech of 10 minutes. For that 10-minute speech, we need 90 minutes of preparation. So it's the preparation. And I said to, because I haven't picked up from anyone that they are spending a lot of time on preparation or preparing planning.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest that any business, we have to concentrate more on planning.
Brilliant. Thank you. Absolutely. Just touching on that, what would you like to say? Because throughout the show, I could see you saying, hey, not in financial planning. Do you feel like they did touch on financial planning?
I think it's a very difficult subject. I mean, it's a lot to cover. Yes, some of them have some of the area, but obviously the storyline was a lot of to do with the family planning. But yeah, you got to understand the planning is so important. 90% is planning and 10% implementation. If you don't have a plan, nothing happens. So it's so important. Especially, I mean, I've seen a lot of restaurant that has such a good, setup, beautiful restaurant, good team. But because they haven't done a good planning, especially contingency plan, where first few months they haven't done well and they haven't got enough cash flow to go ahead, and it collapses. I mean, if we think about some of the successful businesses, billions pound turnover like Amazon, first 14 years they haven't made any money. They believed in their product and they continued. And now look at it, they're making billions and billions. Yeah, Purple Eye, I didn't take wages for 7 years.
But now you're making millions.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so not that level, but yeah. So restaurateur, some of them got great idea, but they don't have no cash flow for first few months to survive. It's very important you have contingency plan, like insurance and some backup plan, and make sure you don't spend all your money on decoration and everything.
Yeah.
Save some for the rainy days. That kind of stuff we need to cover, and I'm hoping to see that.
Thank you for actually adding that, because that was really important to me, because I felt like everyone's saying plan, but what do we mean by plan? Like, how are you doing this? What are you doing? So thank you very much. I will speak to my special judges a bit later on so they can help us and give some advice on the next round. Let me remind you at home and those in the studio how it's going to be working. So in the first round, we had 5 restaurateurs take part. 1 will be eliminated by the end. We have our 3 judges here on my right side, our panel judges, who hold 60% of the vote, so that's 20% each. And our special judges hold 10% each of the votings. So that's 40% altogether. So I guess this is where the work starts. And whilst the work starts, let's take a quick break. And welcome back to the Restaurant Talent Show 2024. 2024. We are still in search for our winner, and I am so excited to see who's going to be taking this one home today, because it is the final show of season 8, and they will be winning a ticket to the business conference in 2025, where they will be specially awarded for their hard work and success, I guess. So on that note, we just completed round 1. So if you weren't with us, then we spoke about financial planning and how they've made their business successful via their financial planning. We've had our 3 panel judges and our 4 special judges already vote. So I actually have the results right here in front of me. So without any further ado, I'm going to see who the winners are to go through to round 2. And the results are, give me a second, it should come up. Maybe, there we are, there it is. All right, so in first place, we have Taj Street Kitchen with 88 points, amazing. And the Spice Surrey with 80 points, Kinara in Glasgow with 72 points, and just behind Kinara is the Lychee and Belfoy from West Wales with 66 points, and only by 4 points, Mr. India. We are having to say goodbye to you, and I'm so sorry, because I felt like you were, you have so much to say, Sofa Zaman, but your journey here with us ends today. So thank you very much for being a part of Catering Circle. Right, we still have 4 very amazing restaurateurs with us who are going to move on to round 2. Now, before we move on to round 2, I'd like to speak to our special judges. I'm going to come straight through and speak to Jan. Jan, I mean, how did you feel? Did you feel that they were able to answer all the questions when it came to financial planning?
No, I didn't.
No, not at all, right?
They started off with a plan, and then it disappeared.
Yeah.
And the whole point of having a plan is you keep going back to that plan. And you shouldn't only have it for year 1, you should have it every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're not reaching your goals or reaching your profit and everything, then you need to sit down and assess what you've done wrong.
Yeah.
It's great to have a brilliant plan to start off with, but what's the point if it doesn't work?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's all I would say. And also, business continuity planning should have been mentioned as well.
Mm.
Yeah, do you agree? Because, again, you've got a great business, something happens tomorrow, you need to get that business back up and working again. So business continuity plan is key as well, and I'm happy to help anyone with that, by the way.
Oh, isn't that kind of you?
Insurance, yes.
I'm sure all 5 will take that on, and thousands watching at home will definitely get in touch with Squaremile. But I'm going to talk to you now about the next round is all about budgeting and about menu engineering and inventory. Like, how important is that, and how should they be answering those questions when it comes to talking about their success through these ways, basically?
I think if you don't budget, you might as well not start. You're just wasting time. And I look at this very often, and I discuss with my clients. I do a lot of webinars and seminars, and we talk about budgeting and planning. If you don't know your cost, you might as well not start. So it's step by step, looking at the costs, then getting a couple of quotes for everything that you buy. Getting a couple of quotes, not just sticking to the first one that you see. I like this one. Get a couple of quotes, and then analyze what you're going to be earning. So first of all, your costs. How much can you sell it for without pushing the customers away? And then looking at your margins. Are you going to be making enough profits in the first year? First 6 months, start by monthly. Okay, if you're not going to be making profits in the first couple of months, how are you going to fund yourself? Do you have enough surplus reserves? Who's going to help you? Where's the money going to come from? And then, as the time goes on, you will turn profitable, you will have more sales, but your costs will go up as well. So being prepared. A number of times the startups fail. There is the high proportion of startups fail because they don't budget and they don't plan. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jamal Khan. I really appreciate that. Mohibur Rahman, what would you like to add to that? Because, I mean, we've heard Jan and we've heard Jamal Khan actually put some questions in there for them. So please, the restaurateurs that are listening right now, listen to the questions they're giving you, because this is what they want to hear from you. So what would you like to say
I
to them?
think some of the restaurants were very good. They need to be a bit more direct about the financial planning, because it's a financial planning show. I'm not going to bore you about the 7 P's of marketing or financial planning, but you need to actually look at things like exit strategy, beginning, cost analysis, so that could be more detailed. But marketing is very important, because we haven't heard much about marketing in terms of how they're going to be selling the product.
We're going to come to that later,
okay.
actually. I think in this round, for round 2, it's all about the budgeting.
Yeah.
And, you know, what would you like to say around that?
So we've already mentioned it, budgeting is key. So the cost of the product and what you're going to sell it for and what you can sell it, you know, get away with selling it for. And also for future planning, like Jan said, you need a budget for at least 3 years. So a lot of restaurateurs, the judging panel, the main panel there, we all had businesses. And I think the key has been to do cost analysis for at least 3 years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Mohammed Siddiqur Rahman, what would you, I mean, you've been in this space, you've been, you know, you're a lifetime member here.
So
what would you say to them?
Basically, I mean, obviously, I'd like to say that all 5 of them, they did quite well. Some of them, they were just starting the business, so basically they couldn't finish that. But obviously, the business, restaurant business, because I've been doing Indian restaurant business for the last 33 years, but I stopped when I still got restaurant business. But it's the main fact is the budgeting, which is very important, and also your planning, financial planning. So basically, for any business, you have to see for next 3 years, also at least 18 months, you can't take any profit. So you have to reinvesting in the business. And also, I like to point to Mr. Amin he was saying that 80% of his gross profit margin, which is just very, very shocking to know, because normally we don't get that much. So I'd like to know in more detail later on, because Indian restaurant is 65 to 67, mostly 70%.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to come to our mentors. I mean, firstly, congratulations, because no one was knocked out. So well done to you. So it's 2-on-2 now. But let me start with the brother here. I mean, how do you feel, Nurul bhai, the fact that you've had to say goodbye to one of your participants?
Yes, unfortunately, I've been there. It's everybody feels a bit nervous and couldn't say everything that really key points out. So that happens, nothing to be embarrassed about. But I think next round, looking forward to things like menu engineering. What do you do to make the menu work, make the profit? Budgeting is things like what do you do, how much do you spend on social media or advertising or customers or making menu, things like that. How you manage to do that. I think that's what we're looking for on the next round.
Thank you very much. And Sabbir bhai, what would you like to say?
I think the whole team, including Saiful Zaman, they've covered quite a lot of important stuff within when you set up a startup businesses. I think we often forget that our biggest asset is actually our employees, and it's very important to take that into account of investing on your employee, because they are the face of your business. And if you don't recruit the right people, pay the right wages, and invest on their training or various courses, and that should be taken into account. And I'd like to hear that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. People person, right? On that note, let's move straight on to round 2. So there we are. Again, you've made it through. Woohoo! Woohoo to everyone, actually, that made it through. Okay, so in this round, you have a minute, which isn't very long, so 60 seconds.
It's not long.
You can do it. But I think in this round, you will get the opportunity to answer some questions. So please, don't feel too nervous, but just try your best.
Us.
No, I'm not going to grill you. That's not my job. But I'm just here to mediate between everyone. But you're going to be absolutely fine. So please use these 60 seconds, take into account what our judges have said, and good luck.
Sure, thank you. So if I start?
Yep, let's start.
So we've engineered our menu with the customer sort of reading psychology in mind. So when people generally open a menu, they sort of look to the right. So what we've done is our main dishes, which are sort of high profit margin, are on the top right. And then generally after that, you turn left. So basically all of our high profit margin starters, like our charts and things, which are made with like puff rice and things, are all at the top as well, where the profit margin is quite high as well. And then generally what people tend to do is they have they stack up the prices. So what we've done is we've used a smaller font. So by using a smaller font, we've basically incorporated it into the description. So when people read it, what they do is they read through the description first. And if it's a little bit more expensive, they're like, well, it's quite a nice dish, so I might as well have it anyway, and that tends to work really well for us, alhamdulillah. The other thing is how we cost our menu items. So what we do is we use like a bottom-up approach. So basically, if for example, if the cost of my food is like 20%, then basically my labor cost is 30%. Then the direct operation cost is
Let you finish.
is 5%, and then the fixed cost, including the insurance, everything is 15%. VAT is 20%. That leaves me with like a 10% profit margin.
Brilliant.
Sorry,
Thank you. No, that's fine. Thank you so much. And like I said, there will be an opportunity for our judges
Next time.
to ask questions. Well, you've said that to them, so they might ask you
Yallah.
something. Thank you. Right, next up, we have from Kinara, we have Altaf Hussain coming up to say a few words, please. All the way from Glasgow. I think he's gone back to Glasgow.
Well,
no, you're here.
Thank you. I am glad to be here again. So,
Your time starts now. You ready?
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Right. Okay. So, in this segment, I've got 3 areas to touch. First of all, is budgeting. So we've got budget for everything. Like we separated our budget for like raw products, kitchen products, and we've got the drinks and bar products, and that keeps us like in budget. So what we can spend every week. That's like a rough idea. And then also we've got the menu design, which is a bigger part. So we split our menu into 4 sections. We've got like high selling, low profit. We've got the high selling, high profit. Like for example, chicken pakora, we can get high selling, high profit. We've got another one, we call it like kind of white elephant. That will make your menu attractive to the customers. It might sell less, but it will give the creativity of your menu looks better. And we've got like puzzles, we call it. That is like occasionally you sell item like lobster, but that will make your restaurant category 1 class up. We also got inventory management, so we do every week account on our FO system and every month. So then we manage with the inventory management. We also manage the cost management.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I know. 60 seconds. It's not enough, right? Next up from Surrey, Sultan Pervez.
This is the first time for me to attend in this kind of environment, so please excuse me if I made something mistakes. So this topic is about budgeting, menu engineering, and inventory. So as I mentioned a little bit about budgeting previously, when we budget ourselves, and I think we should. What I do is I always look out for my bottom line before I make any decisions. So how is going to impact on my bottom line and the profit line? So I know there is a lot of hidden costs when we plan our budget. So one of the most important things that we didn't talk about maybe much about. We don't plan enough. Maybe the tax issues, like you mentioned previously. We always think about supply, rent rates, and wages is the only cost, but there is more to it. Like accounts cost. There's a lot to it. So I don't have enough time. So let's move into the next one. Is the menu. So according to our demographic changes into our area, so we have to utilize our menus into that way. So we have to continuously being innovative to meet our customer needs. That's all for today.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And next up, Ahmed Hussain from West Wales, Elaichi and Belfoy.
Thank you again. So I do budget way because I'm in holiday place. So summer I do better. So busiest time I always plan how to survive winter quiet time. So then I can I don't have to struggle. So that's how I always work. Sometime if I need to take any loan or anything, I do busy time, so I can repayment I can do quickly, and I don't have to struggle for quiet time, and I can spend that on my quiet time to pay all the taxes and BTs and everything. But sometimes even though I don't need to use the loan amount, but it gives me strength, like I've got some big amount in back, even though I'm paying extra interest things. But I I count like that, and I don't spend too much money on menus because I don't print menu. I always go for like media way. I introduce my dishes individually, and then customer get attract, and I sell them more. I'm
going to let you quickly finish the sentence.
So I do that way. So it works with me. I don't know with anybody else.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I feel horrible. I feel like I'm the worst person when I have to say, that's it, just stop. Like the Wicked Witch, basically. I do apologize. But I'm going to be the fairy now and ask you all to come back on stage for me. And as you make your way, judges, please prepare your questions. You can ask one question to each person if you want, but please keep it 30 seconds, your questions. Really short, snappy, very fast, yeah? Okay, so should we start with you?
Yeah, so I think Bilal mentioned psychology as a way of engineering the menu. Just explain a little bit more about why that is important. How does that impact your profit, your bottom line?
It does, because with that, what happens is like when people come into a restaurant, that psychology is important because we use that as data information, as analytics, and by using that, we're able to basically use that to, like I said, to engineer the menu, and we know that our customers are more likely to order specific things, and I think that's how, like Bai was asking me a question earlier, why is our profit margin 80%? Because what we're doing is by selling the higher profit margin dishes, it basically elevates our gross profit as well. Basically, that's what happens.
Thank you so much. Did you want to ask anyone else any questions?
I think all of you talked a little bit about menu and sort of pricing, but obviously costs are quite important. So if you can create a bigger gross profit margin, that helps you down to the bottom line. And I think one of the things about aiming at the holiday market, making sure that you price up ready for that quiet period is very important. I think in terms of, I know Virginia Waters is one of the richer parts of the UK. Do you find menu pricing a real issue? Do you think, or can you charge proper prices?
Can I ask you to go now? Yeah.
To be honest, to your previous question, I would like to add one thing with my brother here. The thing what he mentioned definitely is important, but another thing I consider as like quality. So I believe first impression makes counts, but at the same time, if the quality isn't there, then you don't have the retention of customer coming back to your door. Because especially I know every business is different. So brother here is from Glasgow. If you're in a city centre, there's a lot of pass-by trade will come in. But for me, it's like a village. So I have to make sure my customers keep coming back. And to make sure that, first thing you come into a restaurant to eat, not as like you'd love to see my face, but if the food's not good, unfortunately you won't be coming back. Yeah. But regards to the last question, you said pricing. Pricing isn't an issue in Virginia Water, but what is the issue is quality and community. If the community, we have to be with the community because what they like to promote is, local businesses. So we don't have any big brands, like anything like that. We have all small brands out there, like from bakery to restaurants, all are small brands. So that's what they aim for. And that's how we've been trying our best to do that from a small takeaway to not a large restaurant, but maybe in future we'll maybe extend a bit more, but small takeaway to a reasonable size of 50 seats that we have at this moment.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. Would anyone else like to touch on that? No? Okay, I'm going to come straight to Jamal Khan because I know you have a question. What question would you like to ask?
I have a question for Kinara Hussain.
Okay.
I'm really impressed by what you're doing. I think
Thank you.
You're doing really well. I want to understand a little bit more about when you set your menu, do you review the situation every month or 3 months in terms of which items of the menu are selling the most? Do you consider readjusting your prices, readjusting where they are in the menu? How do you do that? I want to understand, do you actually do that? Because if you keep on doing that, and after 6 months, after 1 year, you know which products are selling, and you can marginally increase the prices, and you can make more profits.
Are you giving him the answer?
Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know how it is, but that is what we do exactly. We do review our menu every quarterly, and there is certain items they don't go, they don't sell, they are slow. We take them off the menu, and then we put something new, something exciting. As I said earlier, yeah, we also have a we'll also have a practice like we have fuzzles. There are some items that makes you fuzzle. What it does, like if you king prawn on the menu, which is might be £20 a dish, and we put lobster on the menu, that's £30 a dish. So the fuzzle, what it does, it makes the next expensive dish cheaper. So when you see £30 lobster, oh, £20 king prawn is cheaper, I'll go for king prawn. But that's way we sell our expensive dish, or we call it white elephant on the menu. That goes very well, but still we do a lot of profit on that. So, and also, as I said, like we review our menu every quarterly, and we've got 2 menu comes every year, 2 seasons, like winter menu and summer menu. So because we are in the prime location of city center, we've got a lot of tourists and a lot of passing trade or business people. So pricing is not a greater issue for us. And I think considerably, if I see the prices, our prices are a lot of high, but we're still keeping busy, waiting list on Saturday night. I think with whatever it works very well with the team, with the chef. Our chef is quite talented, skillful, and knowledgeable, also educated. So he keeps up the menu together with us, with me and other bar manager and everything. Sometimes we also design menu that pairs with our drink, like cocktails and then expensive wines. So I think people.
I'm going to let you finish quickly.
Okay, thank you.
Just in
so
case
the customer, they see, they are not just another regular Indian restaurant. There is a lot of creativity, a lot of things, fashion and love, and there is a lot of energy has been put into this menu. And when they read it, they see it, they realize, and they don't mind paying extra pound for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Thank you. Did you want that question to anybody else, or was it just?
I think I would like to ask
him?
Taj the same question.
Okay.
In fact, I would like to ask Elaichi that same question first, and Taj can maybe come back if that's okay.
That's fine. Can we keep it very fast? Yeah. Thank you.
How do you review your menu to see which items are selling the most, and then adjust your menu pricing or adjust their location on the menu? How do you do that?
Okay, I do use EPOS, so it say what item you sold tonight or this week, and every night I try to do end of night to check what dishes I sold tonight. And weekly, I do monthly as well. Same time, I do weekly, how many dine-in I fed, how many takeaway collection, how many delivery I did. And I compare with my previous week and target to increase following week. And then some dishes like very easy to make, take very low time, but you could make it more tastier if you introduce customer and put like when you take order, you have to like talk to customer. So I talk to customer. Sometimes even chicken curry, the lowest price one, I can twist it and give some unknown name and make it special, and I'm sell like highest price, and customer enjoy it, and next time they come again and they ask what was the dish, can I have again? So $7.95 dish, I'm selling $19.95.
Oh,
so,
wow, brilliant.
Yeah.
I hope your customers are not watching this right now, because
and they love it, and I give so funny names. And like my restaurant name is Belfoy. Why not Jolpai or Olive? So I do same way, Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That's
I'm
how
going
I
to,
do.
do you both want
One
to
more
just...
thing, sorry. Like chicken jal fries. Every restaurant they sell with chicken tikka. I ask customer, would you like to try with normal chicken? It's different. So chicken tikka, costly. Normal chicken, less cost. So I'm selling same normal chicken, same price of chicken tikka. So many different way I do. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Good answer. You're not going to get anyone else ordering a normal chicken. I'm not coming to there. I'm going to ask for the chicken tikka.
It's like home style,
Yeah. But please go ahead.
Yeah, so again, also we use our EPOS system as well to check on our inventory and things. But things our menus are slightly different. So our menus are very sort of street foodie, and it's we do a lot of trending dishes as well. So like recently we started doing this Dubaian kunefa naan, which is people are really ecstatic about.
Sounds nice.
We do like loaded jalfrezi boxes. We do like pulled chicken tikka burgers, shami kebab. So basically, because our menus, that's basically our USP, and because we're so different from everybody else, we can price it in a manner where like we're actually the area we're based in is like a mid-market range. So like it's mostly middle-class people. So we have to price it in a certain way. But then even then, like a loaded box, we're selling for $9.95, and they're flying out like nobody's business,
Brilliant.
which is
Thank
alhamdulillah a huge blessing for us.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. Thank you.
It is, yeah. So
Well,
Gross, not net.
I think he's not gonna say the price because he's in case his customers are watching. I know Foysol Choudhury, you have a question, so very quickly before we go into a break, what would you like to ask?
Again, well done to all of you for making it to this round. But one thing I was lacking, I haven't heard from any of you talking about special dishes, like weekly specials. Do you guys, any of you do anything weekly?
I mentioned that.
Yeah, you've already mentioned that. You've mentioned it as well. Do you both? Yeah, do you want to go first? Because you haven't said.
As I mentioned previously, I look at as we are based in a village, so I look at the demographic of people are changing since COVID. There's a lot of people moving out from city, more likely going into that area. So I've noticed that these things are changing. A lot of Asian people are moving into my area, so I've started to change my menu. So what we do like nowadays, like we started to cook what we eat every day, the very beginning of the shift, and we encourage our customers to try it. And they're really loving it, to be honest, and they end up ordering them when they come next time, because they're local. What are you cooking tonight? And they'll have to have a taste of it. Even they try fish, they don't mind bones in it. So obviously, if we prepare for something for them, we always try our best to be safer for them in health and safety concern. That's what we do.
Thank you. And Kinara, what would you like to add to that?
Well, we take a different approach on the special dishes. So our chef, they review the stock, what we got every week. So Kinara is a different restaurant. It's kind of mid to high-end restaurant, and we focus only restaurant, no takeaways. And we have a lot of seafood in the menu. You will see very less seafood in any Indian restaurant, or it's properly been done. But we are excellent. It's like we are exceeding it. So the chef, because fresh fish is very, shelf life is very low. So our chef, beginning of the shift, they will tell me like, look, today we got 5 portions of salmon, 2 portions of monkfish, and 2 you've got the lobster. They're about to go off tomorrow, so can you sell them today? These are the special. Put them on the board, and today is a special. But that way, we sell them in a proper price, maximizing the profit. Also, we are reducing the waste cost. So this is the way we are taking the approach to make the special dish of the day on the menu, and that's how it works excellent. And customer are also happy.
Thank you. Well, it's a shame you're so far away. Otherwise, I would have said, give it to me. I'll take it home. Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys have been absolutely amazing. And thank you to our judges too. We're going to go on a very short break. And when you're back, we will be saying goodbye to one of the 4 restaurateurs in this round. And 3 will make it through to the final round. Let's take a short break. And welcome back to the Talent Show 2024. It's all happening on the Catering Circle here today. I've got the results in front of me. We have 60% of the votes from our panel judges and 40 from our special judges. And out of the 4 restaurateurs that took part today, 1 we will have to say goodbye to in round 2. I can see Elaichi and Belfoy just kind of waving his hand at me. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to definitely be revealing the results right now. Let's take a look at our results. Elaichi and Belfoy, we are having to say goodbye to you in this round. I am so sorry with 64 points. The Spice in Surrey has 76 points and Kinara in Glasgow has 82. But Taj Street Kitchen in Cambridge, wow, with 90 points. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to you. Well, there you have it. That was our results for today. And good luck. And sorry to Lychee and Belfoy, we are having to say goodbye to you. He's got the most loveliest smile and like the wave that if only I could show you right now. But well done, honestly. You were a great participant today, and we've learnt so much from you. It's all about your success story, so thank you for coming on and sharing your journey with us. So I guess now it's all about round 3. Amazing. Okay, so let's go straight to our mentors. I mean, how does it feel for you? Let's go straight to Nurul, Hussain, Kadir. I mean, we've just had to say goodbye to another one of yours.
On the second round, they definitely come out slightly better than the first. It's a shame some of them really come out afterwards instead of the first round. So I think they're all done well. It's not about losing; it's about enjoying the show and looking for the final. See who wins. So I don't mind.
Well, you've still got one. So you've got Taj Street Kitchen.
Yeah.
I
have confidence. I'm very confident he's going to come out with everything that I put to him. So
I like the way how he's just taking credit for your 90 points
so
today.
Just think about what I said and carry on. Well done, everybody. Well done.
Thank
really
you. Well,
good.
you might get a loaded box for free next time you're in Cambridge for that. Let's come straight to you.
Well, I think they all did really good, coming out all these different ideas, and I just want to touch on my two, Spice, Sultan, and Kinara by Altaf. And I think Altaf came out with really good ideas of like special dishes and stuff. Utilizing what you've got rather than just creating, buying more resources. So just what you have, selling it as a special dish and getting rid of the dishes that's going to be out of date. So that's really good. I think that both including Taj. I'm so jealous of you, Taj. Dulao, he's doing really good as well. So good luck to all three of them.
Thank you so much. I'm going to come to our special judges and ask you, what would you like to say to our restaurateurs, our 3 that have made it to the finals? Because the next one is all about cost savings and increasing the revenue. What would you like them to concentrate on?
Okay, I think the 4 of them did really good. So basically, 2 of them has just gone. But we like to see more on the cost, how they doing the cost cutting on the business. And there's quite a lot of stuff which is coming up on in the budget as well. So there will be a lot of changing.
Thank you very much.
Well done, guys. And I think the colours are shining through now, because it's really getting very technical, analytica, menu, engineering, all sorts of things. And I've got some questions as well. Don't know if we've got enough time, but definitely want to hear about the Taj especially, and Kinara, about your and how you're analysing your menus, how you're doing it. Are you doing it yourself? Or are you getting someone else to do it? And especially Taj, if you've been training for 6 months on 80% margin, my God, anyone who comes to go business, that's impressive.
Thank you.
But it's only been up in 6 months, so it'd be interesting to see how long you've been doing that for.
Thank you very much. You will get a chance to actually ask those questions when they're up.
Yeah, I would like to know more about, once again, review. What are you doing? How are you comparing your costs compared to what's available in the market? Are you trying and testing different suppliers? How many suppliers do you speak with? Who are your favorite suppliers? Do you have any special terms with any favorite suppliers? Do you get discounts? Do you get credit terms? So these are things that, are you considering this? Because this actually impacts your cash flow. And once you have your cash flow right, and there are busy days and not busy days, are you looking at everything and then making your decisions in terms of your pricing?
Jan, very quickly, do you want to add something?
I just want to say well done to everyone. It's so refreshing to see youngsters coming through. You're an inspiration to the community, and I wish you all the best of luck. And actually, I want to go to all your restaurants, please. So
you and I
addresses
both, Dan.
later.
We'll go on a date together.
Yeah, I want to try the lobster actually
So do
before
I.
it goes off.
But before I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. I'll take those special dishes. We'll take those special dishes. Yeah. Perfect. There we are. You've all got customers here today. Sanawar Choudhury, what would you like to say before we begin our round?
You know, I love it when hard work that our parents did is now converting into smart work. And I think what's been represented today by all of the restaurants, Taj Street Kitchen, The Spice, Kinara, Ilachi as well, is wonderful. You know, they get to know the local community, they cater to that community, and they're also looking at other things that maximize their revenue. But one thing I'm really looking forward to is obviously what the Taj Street Kitchen does is very much fun food. But what happens when that fun side sort of fizzles out? How do you keep on sort of re-energizing that menu so that same customer or new customers come just to try your restaurant? So
I think it'd be quite nice
looking forward to hearing that.
I think it'd be quite nice to know how they're utilising social media to do that, to be honest, because, how are you keeping up with the trends and what you're doing, or are you starting a trend? That would be quite nice to know.
Absolutely.
Foysol Choudhury?
Presentation is the key to me. I mean, when you bring a food to someone, if the presentation is good, it gives you that appetite to eat. And what I would be keen to hear from everyone in this is how they are involved with their local community as well, how they are engaging with their customers, how are they talking to them regularly and finding out what's need to be done. So this is something I would be much interested to see if someone comes up with.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, Bossman, what would you like to add?
Well, I mean, I've been to many, restaurant launches, and I always look at how they did the budgeting and how things happen. So first thing I do, I look at their menu. Of course, that's so important, and I also look at their toilet as well. and what happens is, we had so many restaurants invested so much money in the toilet, and they're always concerned on getting the right toilet.
But the selfies are really important.
I know. But what has happened is I've been to a restaurant where they wanted something different. They even got carpet on their toilet. You can okay, but then we invested so much money to get it right. But when it comes to menu, no investment. It looked like really plain, copied from the next store. No menu engineering. There's something different.
Yeah.
What I want to see is the reverse of this, which is I want to see menu engineering, something different on your menu rather than something different in your toilet.
Yeah.
And you make sure you budget on your menu, because menu is so important. I mean, I've dedicated a whole one episode of menu engineering, and the next star show, the whole season on creative dish. So it's so important that you focus on concentrate. So I want to make sure that everyone concentrates on menu engineering, because if you get the menu right, the food right, that's where the customer are going to come, and where the GP is, and that's where they're going to make the money.
Amazing.
That's what I like to see. And next one is about cost saving, and I always believe in that, because I've been taking a restaurant in city, making huge amount of money, in Christmas, 22 grand taking over every week. And then when I did the calculation, they spent about 26 grand to make 22 grand, so they made a loss of 4 grand. So cost saving is so important. Saving is your profit. That's one of the tagline here. I want to make sure that what cost saving ideas you have and how you're saving your money, and that's so important as well. Excellent. On the next round.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. And I know some mentioned about marketing and branding as well, so do keep that in mind as well, how that helps you in saving and making more profit. So without any further ado, let's get our first restaurateur on from Taj Street Kitchen. We have Am inside, but before that, let's start with round 3. Forgot about our beautiful visuals that we have. So you've got some time to just, take a breath.
Compose.
There you are. Okay, 120 seconds. Sorry, 60 seconds on this round. 120? I know, sorry, I can't give it. But there will be a time for you to answer some questions from our judges. So your time starts now, 60 seconds.
Okay, so one of the many cost-saving measures we use is, for example, like we use the tandoori chicken carcass and we boil it with like onion peels, carrots and celery and turn it into stock. By doing that, what we've done is we've reduced the use of like the traditional gravy and by about 60%. So which means like if we were using 10 bags of onions, we're now using like 4 bags of onions, which was saving us roughly about £120 a week, which equates to about 6K a year. Increasing the revenue, there's 3 ways we do it. Number one is we increase the number of people coming through the door through utilizing multiple sort of marketing strategies. Number 2 is we get the same customers to order from us, who orders from us like twice a month. We try and get them to order 4 to 5 times a month through our EPOS system, loyalty schemes, through our discounts and through our offers that we have throughout the year. And number 3, the third way is like we increase our revenues by focusing on the spend per head per customer. So, for example, if my customer's ordering like 2 papadums, we'll get them to, instead of that, we'll like try our scrumptious crispy kale chai. It's got the crispiness of the papadums, lots and lots of chutneys on there, and it's the new in thing. And what happens because of that is, because when that happens, they're spending maybe like £2 extra per head. If I've got 500 people come through the door spending £2 extra per head, that's £1,000 extra a week, which equates to like 52K a year. So these are some of the ways that we do it. Thank you.
Very good maths. Thank you so much.
Thank
you very much. All right, next up from Kinara in Glasgow, we have Hussain. If I could get you to come on stage. And again, same thing goes for you, 60 seconds here, and your time.
I think that's great. Short time to discuss.
Well, you know, I'm sorry.
Right, no problem.
But you got this.
Yeah.
And like I said, you've got, you're going to have an, a time slot where you can ask, where they'll ask you some questions and you can answer it.
Okay, so let me know when it starts.
Starts now.
Okay, so 3 areas to discuss: cost management. I think what we try to do, first of all we use our technology, our FO system and our till system, and analyze the data to reduce the cost of wastage. And then second is like when we see something is offer, like for example rice, got tomato puree, they got high shelf life, we buy them in bulk and keep them in storage when there is a sale, where there is offer. Second is like we use the technology and FO system and all cloud-based system to see the data and we analyze them. That really helps. Second, the third one is like revenue growth. So we invest a lot of money into the staff training, so that these are our primary assets. They can drive my sale. They can talk to the customer. They are human. We still have human-to-human interactions. Most of my sales, as I said earlier again, Kinara is a high-end restaurant, so our profit margin is high. Our service has to be there, and I need to have A-grade players to sell them.
Do you want to finish your sentence?
Yes, and we also take care of our feedbacks and customers' feedback very seriously. We don't have any discount system in Kinara. However, we try to give best service, best food, and in exchange, we get very best reviews. And we encourage our customer, every single customer after a meal, please leave us your feedback, good or bad. That really helps us to improve. And by doing that, Kinara is very highly ranked. You can see by yourself.
Thank you.
I think our team works really good on that.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Okay, next up, we have the Spice from Surrey, Sultan Pervez.
Hi. In regards to the cost saving and increasing revenues, what we do to save our cost, we use a EPOS system that identifies a lot of things that or save times on like ordering, stuffing cost, and also when we do our accounting, then we put all the numbers in there, so it calculates all the figures. So we have more time to spend on field rather than back of desk. And next thing is about we talked about the waste control. Sometimes especially the fresh food items, what we do is we try to intend to do more than once in a week shopping rather than once, what we used to do back in days, to reduce cost. And ambient stuff we try to do like in 2 weeks stock to make sure that our cash flow is there if anything goes wrong. Next thing is about staff training. So we do spend time on staff, that how can we be more efficient, multitasking things. So if we mention things like EPOS system, like we have spent less time with the numbering stuff and more time with customers, identify actually what customer wants, what the customer needs are. When they're placing the order, are they just writing down what they're asking, or can we change things what they're asking for? Ask them what do they like, things like that. Multiplying things like that helps us to manage our cost.
Thank you. Your time did go, but I just gave you extra time. But do you want to finish that last bit?
The last bit is about we do targeting marketing. According to what is our clientele. So we do focus on Google rating more off than any other platforms.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask you to stand then. If I could ask the other two to please kindly join. And if you're watching from home, just want to remind you that the Catering Circle is always on Channel S, and of course they've got their own platform, they've got their own app, which you can go on to and you can watch all of this and of course get in touch, basically comment and get in touch with the Catering Circle with any ideas or any way that you want to be involved in the next season. Okay, without any further ado, because I know there's loads of questions that I'm sure our judges want to ask. Who wants to go first from our panel judges?
I can. I mean,
please.
I'm really amazed by these transformational new business people that we're generating. I think this gives us a good standing for the future. So well done, the three of you, to be here. I'm really impressed. In terms of obviously, the three restaurants cater for three different client base. So, the Taj Street Kitchen is very much fun-loving type of food where a lot of youngsters would come, probably per head, a lot cheaper. Whereas Kinara and the Spice is much higher range, much more customers that give you repeat business. So in terms of discriminating between the three of you is going to be very difficult indeed. But, I love the way that you are sort of dealing with things. I think staff training really caught my focus because that is important. However good you are, it's your staff that represents your business to your customer. Absolutely. How do you train your staff to give that added value that generates a bigger, order size and therefore a bigger margin? So let's go with Dulal first.
Alhamdulillah, we're fortunate enough to have another business called Taj as well. So what we do is whenever we have any training, because that restaurant's been running, it's set up by my late parents since the mid 80s. So basically we take our staff to the restaurant and we have like a buddy system there. So the chef trains with the chef, the cook trains with the cook, and then they have these like sort of shared experiences and stuff which they bond over and stuff, and then it helps to build a good strong team basically. So that's how we do it, and it works wonders for us, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
I think we take slightly different approach. Fit for our business. We send most of our staff for academic training. So for licensing, we make sure like our staff are properly trained. So when there is enforcement coming or anything comes, that we don't fall into trap. Also, what it does, it increases our business. If my staffs are qualified with the wine, spirit, and all the selling, I know they'll be confident to talk to my customer. And we offer sometime like wine and food pairing, so they can sell the good bottle of Chablis Cru, from Chablis to Chablis Cru. Instead of selling Laurent Ferrier, they can sell Dom Perignon, which is £300. So this way, staff training and their investing into the staff training is, I think, is absolutely vital. That brings our best to our business. And we are, as I said, we are still human beings. These staff who are qualified A-grade player, they can talk to their customer with the confidence, and that will sell our revenue grow higher. And we are always focusing it. And also when we recruit people, we see their background, where they are, where they worked before, or if they have any experience. Also in first few weeks, we see their dedication or if they love their work. If they don't, I'm afraid we don't keep them for longer.
Thank you.
This is one of
the things. So you got a probation period,
yes,
basically.
Yeah, and we send them to academics. There is a Glasgow College of City College of Glasgow, and they do a lot of catering, licensing, cooking courses. And the company, we pay for it, but I think it pays us back. It does very good thing for us.
Brilliant. Thank you
What
so
is the
much.
composition of your staff? Is it mainly Bangladeshi or is it a mix?
No, it's not. It's a mixed culture. We've got very less number of Bangladeshi staff. We've got multicultural. We've got people from India, staff from Pakistan, local staff from Scotland. We've got people from Romania and also from one from Italy. So it's kind of multicultural. This is also important that you touched it, because in holiday season, in other season, if there is multicultural, multi-faith, not all of them staff, they want to go leave on one time.
Yeah.
So we can run the restaurant smoothly, we can plan it, we can see who wants for Eid, who wants for Christmas, who wants to go for Puja. So
Thank you
we're
so
not
much.
closing down.
Thank you.
Yes, as you mentioned, the staff training is almost very vital for every businesses, because it's not possible for me to answer all the questions. I cannot answer my chef's question, or I cannot answer my customer's question. So always I try to train my colleagues in a way that they are able to answer on my behalf. So is it not only about the food, also the health and safety concerns, especially the allergens nowadays is really, really important. Do they know? It's like today I'm here. If any customer is asking about allergen questions, are they running to me, or do they have any tools that they can look out for? So these kind of things that I always make sure that this is available in our restaurant. So if someone has any questions, they can answer those things. And also a quick thing that I would always, a quick thing to share with you guys, if you don't mind, quickly. So I always train my colleagues in a way that, if someone asks for, as an example, like chicken vindaloo, as a customer, I always ask my colleague, ask them, do they want because of heat, or do they want because they like the dish? What's the reason? If they want just the heat, there is other dishes they can enjoy without having lots of chili powder in your dish. Try to introduce new dish, then that way they don't have only one thing to choose from. They have many items to choose from. So absolutely vital, the question that you have asked. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, please.
You know how the big restaurants are opening up all over UK, and they do breakfast, they do lunch, brunch, then they do dinner. How do you compete with big restaurants? How do you market yourself?
To me?
Yeah, to three of you actually.
To be honest, as you mentioned that we from a different area, so we have to concentrate what's the local needs are. And according to that, what I said previously, since COVID, my demographic area is changing. So what I'm thinking this year that we have to open like another section of grill section. So introduce making sure that we have a lunchtime trade available for people, because our area people, they like to go out for breakfast. They go to local bakery to buy their croissant. They like to go and have their dinner, lunch somewhere. And they are not worried about finance, they worry about the experience. So normally people think it's an Indian restaurant is about having a beer and a curry. But we want to change that views, not only beer and curry, you can have healthy foods, because there's a lot of healthy foods available, but people think it's just having a curry with a beer, that's the main thing, go to Indian restaurant. So these are the things needs to change, but it will take time. But unfortunately, small businesses like mine, it will take even more time, because finances would be an issue for that to introduce, because every time when you want to introduce something, you have to think about finance. And for that, I always take slow approach, and hopefully I look at long term rather than short term.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think the question today is, how do you compete with the big chain? Is that your direct question?
That's right, yes.
So we believe, like, as I said, Kinora and our other restaurants, we believe quality over quantity. And we proved it right in the Glasgow situation. I think there is people, they're willing to pay for the quality. We just need to get the right market, but your product needs to be 100% top of the quality, freshness. So there is people, I think they're willing to pay for it. That's how we do. And we don't overdo it. We don't just try to copy other business what they're doing. We are promoting doing our lunch and dinner business. And we also have, for the convenience of the customer, for the office and other things, we have separate lunch deal. And there is an early pre-theater deal, and there is a main a la carte menu, which we get the more money. But we want to make sure like the restaurants are full or busy during the all times. That's why we introduce the low menu, set menus and stuff like this. We also do seasonal menu. We do have also set menu for the group people, like for company, conference, AGM. So we have, that way we make more money. See, for the company, we give them a set menu of £50 per head. Only for food. And we do food and fairing things like occasionally they want to celebrate. Two people with a bottle of wine, £90. it makes them cheaper, but it's actually the profit margin is quite high on that.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, same question. Yeah, basically we're in an area where there's huge support for like independent businesses, and alhamdulillah, we're blessed like that. And the other thing with that is like, you know, our business is a very ethical business. So like, and you know, we're very community focused. So like when the summertime came, we were giving out free water to everybody around the area, which was a bit of sadaqah jariyah as well. And on top of that, the thing is, the thing that I love the most is like, most of the younger generation, they come into the restaurant and then they pull their parents into the restaurant. So normally it's the other way around. The parents will come in, they're like, oh, my kids don't really like this kind of food. But we've sort of reversed that. So the kids are like, yeah, you got to try this place, mom. You got to try this place, dad. And even our biryanis, like, you know, quality, consistency and service is key. And alhamdulillah, I think that's the reason why in 6 months we've got like over 156 5-star reviews. But we've got 5.0 on Google, which is a really, really hard thing to do. And we're constantly working hard to keep our ratings high. And to get to TripAdvisor #1 in a town like St. Ives is very hard work. I mean, but the most important thing is like, you know, we're constantly trying to evolve ourselves as well. And, you know, even like our kormas, masalas are on the back page, but we have other variants. So we do like the posh korma, which is our chicken tikka lakab, and we sell copious amounts of it. But again, that increases our profit margin. But I think this is what makes us different from the Greggs and the McDonald's and everything. And I think this is why, alhamdulillah, it works for us. But we have to constantly evolve ourselves and work hard. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm going to come to our special panel now. I'll come back to our panel judge in a second, but does anybody from here want to ask a question?
Have any of you considered like which days to close because you haven't got enough customers to keep your costs down?
Can we keep it very short because we've only got about 5 minutes?
I've always closed on a Tuesday, and the thing is, like, it works well because all of our staff, they get on really well as well, so they can go to London together or do things together. And our other business closes on a Tuesday as well, and this is something we've been doing for the last sort of 7-8 years. So as a family, we can do things as well, which is really important for us. So I'll just keep it short, like you said. Sorry.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much.
Hi. Yeah, we used to close on Tuesday and because we can keep all the staff on the staff holiday. However, due to high demand, when our we are enough staffed and we have all trained staff, we are now operating 7 days and we are seeing sometimes the Tuesday exceeds other days. So we are operating now 7 days, but we have enough staff to cope with that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lars.
To be honest, I don't believe in shutting my doors. My door is always open 7 days a week, and also I think that including Christmas, and I believe that gives opportunity for my other colleague to cover their days off, and that way that if you are short of colleagues due to illness or anything, you are never stuck. You are always running your business.
So you're always making enough money to cover your costs.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And I know you had a question as well. Yep.
Okay. It was quite good to know that you have doing very well on the staff stand. But just one thing I'd like to point out, because, you know, do you have any staff benefits which can sustain your staff for longer time? Because there's a lot of other companies, they keep their staff for longer time, and that benefits their businesses. And do you have any sort of like any benefits that you give them? Because, you know, from the 1st of October, this is what I know, that they have implemented that all the tips has to go to the staff.
Thank you.
How do you, how are you going to way around to do this? Because you have to pay them bonuses or you have to pay the tips. So how are you going to do this?
Thank you. If I could ask you to answer those questions. Yeah.
The way I run my business is I'm very open to my colleagues. You know, every colleagues on they know what is our break-even cost, and if we are doing more than break-even apart from their wages, I always tip them every week. So depending how busy we are, if we make at least 10% of my profit goes to my colleagues, regardless what I make. So colleague is I don't call them as a staff. I treat them as my own brother, as like I treat them, because I know how important is the retention as well as customers.
Thank you very much.
I think we are taking a slightly different approach here. So we've got staff benefits, staff holidays. We make sure they are healthy. In case if they need extra day off, we allow them that to happen. Also, we have tips sharing system. So end of the week, depending on how many hours each staff work, there will be staff tips goes there, taking 20% off for the breakage and damage. We also have a bonus system end of the year, which we do every January. So according to the performance, the staff they're getting the bonus, and I think that also influences them, motivates them to work better. We also have another system in place. It's called Employee of the Month. So it's a small gift we give every employee. So not every employee, every employee of the month, whoever wins it. What it does, it motivates the staff, service staff, to do their best, because they know there will be each person every month, or sometime it could be same person for second month. So there is some sort of prize to win. So they do give their best, and I think my staffs are quite happy, and we look after them. If they have any issues, we also discuss that.
Thank you. And if I could ask you the last place.
Yeah, thank you. We're in a fortunate position to basically pay our staff as it's a takeaway. They're being paid like restaurant wages, and my staff basically are like my family. So like these guys, like something really important to me is their mental health as well. This is something which people don't generally talk about, but like the mental health side of things is so important. Where you basically make sure that you're there for them for when they need you. Even we also have like breaks in between. So if people want to go to prayers and things like that, then we have those breaks there. We also have this really cool little thing where like we do these like little badges end of the month for whoever's exceeded, and then some of them quite see they like show off to everybody. I think, but we have a very fun environment, because at the end of the day I spend more time with these guys than I do with my own family at times. So we need to make sure that relationship is strong. Sorry.
It's fine, thank you. It's because we're really literally running out of time, but I could stay here forever and listen to you guys, but I do have the results in front of me right now, and I think it's time to reveal. And can I just say, well done to everyone. You were all amazing, and I can't wait to come to your restaurants. Okay, so let's take a look at the results. So Kinara in Glasgow with 82 points, just 2 points behind, and the Spice in Surrey and Taj Street Kitchen with 84 points together. Congratulations, but this is where it gets a little bit difficult. We can only have one winner. And it's of course a tie. So I've got these numbers in front of me. And what I'm going to do is literally, okay, I'm going to hide them. There you are. All right. So what I'm going to do is keep them in front of me like this. And I'm going to ask the two brothers to come and pick a card. And whoever has the highest card, highest number, will be the winner for today. I know, it is hard, isn't it? A bit of gambling on the show today. All right, are you ready? Come on, brother. You go first. Who wants to go first?
We don't know. It's your luck.
1.
Oh!
You should show us straight away.
Oh, sorry.
You need to pick up a card.
Oh, no.
Pick up his card.
Well,
right.
either way, you've got one. So.
You need to pick up a card.
5! There you are. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming today. And thank you very much to everyone watching, and to our panel judges, and to, of course, our mentors as well. It is time for me to sign off. I'm Nadia Ali. I was your host for this, and it was absolutely amazing. And The Spice, you were brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And you were so close. And I just want to say, like, Taj, I want to come to your restaurant after hearing about the loaded fries. And Kinara, I don't know, it's too bougie for me, but I'll be there. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with season 9, of course, but next year it's all about the business conference. So stay tuned, stay with Channel S, stay with the Catering Circle, and you'll find out more. Congratulations once again to Sultan Pervez from The Spice.